I need a green tattoo just to make part of my arm invisible when we do this.
And we're live.
We're live. Welcome to iDoctor After Hours. I'm Kyle.
I'm Patrick.
I'm Asher.
Chase, can you say hello? He does not have a microphone, so he's going to have to scream.
I gotta say that the show is way better without Chase.
Thank Christ.
Yeah. But
Asher,
to be said that the show is way better without me too. So
That's true.
You guys did awesome the last couple of weeks.
That's true. We got about 1.5 million pre-orders for the Fuck It. That was excellent.
Right, yeah.
That was excellent.
That looked like a lot of fun, actually.
That
Yeah.
was excellent. We still available as well. Welcome to another show. If you are wondering, you can watch us on iTunes.
Well, you
Stitcher.
listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, and now Spotify.
Spotify. What?
We're there, baby.
We're also on Facebook
was such a
Live.
hurdle.
We're on YouTube.
Yep.
What do you think about Twitch?
I think we're going to Twitch
I
next.
think we need to be going to
Yeah.
Twitch.
The Great
Absolutely.
Migration. The Great Migration.
Yeah.
Yes. Tonight is an excellent show. We have...
Is it ever? Do we ever start off by saying tonight is a terrible show?
I think I think when I was here by myself with no stories one time, I was like, today's going to be a terrible show. So I have one on the record at least.
That's true. He is honest, if anything.
You know it's
Honest.
Honesty is key.
The honesty is key. No, the first story of the evening is Asher.
I like just got here. I don't even know what our stories are.
That's good. It's more authentic.
What's up, Chase? What's up, Chase? Chase is trying to get all like up and running here.
Oh!
Did you do it? I did. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Well, so
we blew that opener.
while Chase catches up, I just
No, let's redo this. Let's redo this. Let's start.
No,
one
no,
more
no,
time.
no, no.
Welcome to iDoctor After Hours. I'm Asher.
Kyle.
I'm Patrick.
We got a lot of stories coming up for you next on iDoctor After Hours.
Boom. Oh yeah, Chase wasn't ready this time.
Boom! It's like movie magic. Movie magic. Excellent.
All right.
So can I just, before we hop into the stories,
Yeah,
I
what's
wanted to
up?
have a follow-up on the main story last week with Cambridge Analytica and Facebook.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg has
Who?
the CEO of Facebook, has the ultimate fuck you response to the public, and he's not wrong.
Yeah, we share that story. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to go up.
I kind of
the
thought we would
suspense.
lead with the Apple announcement
Okay,
today,
okay.
and then get into the sour
Okay.
news of
I didn't
Facebook.
know that was in the story list.
Can we do a sidebar on whether or not we think Patrick is psychic?
Psychic.
That's the after show.
I say yes.
Okay. We're going to do
Well, I can always tell what Chase is thinking.
start a poll, Chase, please. Thank you.
Start a poll.
That's true.
A Twitter poll.
Okay. First, the 2018 6th generation iPad with pencil support. Only $329?
Yeah.
What I don't know
So
what
you
that
don't have
means.
to buy a $900 iPad to use their $100 pencil thing?
So this was an announcement pretty much geared towards education, right? So Apple's on the road. I think they were in Chicago or something, and it was a huge education focus. And they announced an iPad for $329 that has pencil support. And then they did the awesome thing of announcing Logitech's cheaper pencil for $49.
Yeah, the Crayola.
And
So Apple announcing at an Apple conference a third-party accessory for their device?
yeah, well, and
That's
they
interesting.
announced
Called the crayon. It's for kids.
and they launched the Logitech
it's
rugged
look
combo
at-
too.
Scroll down.
Yeah, right here.
No, go down. I want him to.
Oh.
He wants to see the name. He doesn't believe me.
What, the
Is it
crayon?
seriously-
It says right here, Logitech announced $49 crayon stylus. Crayon.
Genius.
I thought crayon was trademark. Maybe that's just Crayola.
Hey, so quick update. I just
Huh.
seen the pricing in the video that's playing. So they're on retail for $329, but schools do get them at the $299 price point.
Yeah, school gives them a
A nice
$299.
$30
In fact,
discount.
I
Yay for
believe,
education.
If I'm correct here, the crayon stylus is only available to education.
Am I also not correct in thinking that Apple always gave a 10% discount to schools, anyways?
Yeah, they always did.
So 30% or 10% of $329
30.
is $30. That's their standard discount, anyways.
Yeah, it's a standard discount.
So
but,
yeah, I mean,
but for an iPad that has the Apple Pen
I'm not a
stylus before.
I'm not a mathletic kind of guy, but I can
You're not?
be remedial math. Question:
Shoot.
Is this? I mean, is this just Is this just making the market so impossible to navigate for cases and stuff like that? This is ridiculous.
Is it a different size than other iPads?
It's 9.7.
Yeah, but the buttons are in different spots and sizes, just like every generation.
Is it?
Yes.
Of course, of course.
This is most likely.
I'm surprised there's still buttons.
That's true. It wasn't the Face ID one they thought.
Bevels.
Ick. Sick.
Bevels and bezels? Are you kidding me?
And lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Okay, so what are our thoughts on this?
Patrick?
It just seems like another iPad. I mean, I don't see why there's such this big, It's just this year's iPad.
Asher, do you think it was if you didn't know this event was for education, what made this educational? What made this about education?
The lower
laugh
price
hearing
point
us.
iPad that basically is going straight after Chromebooks. It's just Apple trying
It's
to.
not a lower price. It's the same price as they are right now.
It is lower price.
The great thing about Chromebooks in the story I read is not only does Google sell them for $300 to schools, they also get like a $30 a month maintenance fee or shit. $30 a year.
Apple? Oh,
No, Google does. So that's the market Apple's trying to get.
I see.
Not only can they provide the devices, but they're going
Can
to be able to service them.
can confirm that the Laurel School District uses Chromebooks. And I have a buddy who's their IT guy.
Interesting.
he doesn't have a friend.
Did he just get hired on recently?
Confirmation, not.
Within the last year, yeah.
Yeah. They just, I think last summer they were looking for a new guy.
Sick.
Interesting. Well, how about this? Apple announced that they were going to increase the free iCloud storage for education in schools from 5 gigabytes to 200 gigabytes.
That's much better.
Yep.
That's manageable. Excellent. Good job, Apple. So
you.
one met Apple and one good job, Apple.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how our show's always going to go, I think.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. The
I mean,
yin
what more
and
can
the
you say?
yang.
You can't say anything more about an iPad. Next.
All right, next.
We're going to fly through.
How do we feel about the crayon stylus?
That's kind of cool if it actually is $49 for something that like has the response of the Apple Pencil. I think will be cool for kids and stuff.
An 8-hour battery life.
Yep, pretty cool. And if it's interactive, that's excellent. My daughter would use it.
Explain to me, because I don't understand why even $50 justifies the price of a stylus. Like, what makes it?
How much would you spend on? How much did you spend on your gaming mouse? Are they both input devices?
True, but what? Okay, but is it that?
Case closed.
Is it that different? I mean, $100 for my mouse.
On his mouse, and he's
$100 on a mouse.
But I want to
You're
know.
not okay,
case.
Chase. You're a professional multimedia guy. Is $100 for an input device? Is $100 for an input device for your specialty tablet that you use for work insane?
But so the idea of it's not insane. But does it actually do something that makes it different than just your piece of plastic that you can buy for $5? That's also a stylus.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, totally. Like your piece of plastic.
Oh, I see your
one,
question.
Yeah.
Your piece of plastic one is just utilizing the capacitive touch to it. But the stylus actually has like haptic feedback into it.
Functionality.
So it's two sides of haptic feedback. So you have the iPad reading the pressure points, but also the stylus with its own pressure points too. So you got
like
much more
brush,
pinpointed.
A brush would feel different than like a pencil would feel and stuff. It gives you real world feedback, I guess. Is what
Yeah.
it's supposed to
Well,
feel
my
like.
sister actually bought an iPad Pro just recently, 9.7, specifically for her calligraphy. Specifically for her calligraphy.
Okay.
So instead of buying a calligraphy
Atlantic.
pen set, she just got the Apple stylus and the new iPad Pro because she needed to upgrade anyway, and now can do all of the calligraphy.
Was a
movements
calligraphy
because
set
it's-
$100
That's cool.
even? And she saved herself $1.
She saved herself 150 cents. So I mean,
That's
Savings all around.
yeah, that's like 0.5%.
Now, Mr. Salesman, do I want the pencil or do I want the crayon?
Well, from what I can tell, the crayon's exactly the same.
That's what
but
I'm
half
thinking.
the price.
Exactly. If the crayon does the same thing,
yeah, but it's called a crayon. Hello.
And it looks terrible.
I'd much
as far
rather
as like an
use a
adult
pencil.
using it. But.
that's true. To write his novels.
I mean, I like the rugged combo case too. Like, I kind of want this for work.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
I mean, that's one complaint I have is my salespeople beat up their iPads that I pay for them.
That's one complaint you have of your salespeople?
It's the only one. It's the only one.
What a nice boss.
I mean, that, and then there's that whole, like, you know,
being good at your job.
felony thing, but
That's
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. So, yeah, good job on the pencil, I think. Or crayon. Not pencil, but crayon. $49 in a case.
Good job, Apple.
so Patrick,
Yeah, that's me.
people aren't happy with Facebook right now.
Nope.
Is he opening the floodgates?
I'm gonna shift real quick. I'm gonna shift over to
I wish we
Mr.
had the
Mr.
sound
Zuckerberg.
effect.
Yeah.
Mr. Zuckerberg had a specific response. What did he say, Patrick?
Pacific response.
Yes, we did shitty things. He didn't say that, but basically, you all agreed to it.
You agreed to it.
Everyone agreed to
You
it. by
agreed to
signing the
it.
terms and conditions.
That's you. For those of you on the audio
It's
format,
right there
I'm
in the
pointing at
app, it
camera.
says.
You. Yeah, human centipede.
Yeah, like so that's
The terms and conditions do apply here.
that is the most piece of shit way to go out and defend yourself in this current situation. I mean, he's
What's
not.
with the emotional response, man? Dude, it's a policy thing.
I'll give you the emotion of laughing at that South Park when you thought it was funny because they were saying lips to assholes, and you still laugh about it right now. This is lips to assholes come to life.
And for our audio listeners, Chase is just rambling on about Hillary
Lips to
Clinton
assholes.
and stuff like that.
So,
So this is coming in response basically to a story that leaked on Ars Technica over the weekend that showed almost empirical proof that Facebook scrapes text messages and phone calls on some Android devices. So if you allow the permissions for them to be attached to everything, that say Messenger,
yeah, if you're the
and all
person who
that,
uses Messenger for your app,
Yeah, I was surprised. I forgot how much integrated, even on iOS, Facebook is to all of your contacts
Yeah.
and everything. So a guy basically posts on Twitter, he downloaded his entire Facebook record,
Yeah, that was
his
pretty
entire
crazy.
data. So if you can do that, it's an interesting go-through because he started scraping through it and realized that Facebook had all of his contacts, phone numbers, and everything over the course of history that he's deleted. Stuff that he didn't even have, Facebook still had attached to him, including every single, what did it say? He had his entire call history with his like partner's mom.
can we think globally for an issue, for a moment here? Maybe he's thinking. Maybe he wants to save humanity by recreating us in some sort of matrix by absorbing all the data. If he knows everything about us, then he can keep us safe in his Facebook matrix.
He's just trying to learn how to be more like us.
It's true. It's not his fault. He was born without a soul.
Yeah.
The boy without a soul. The man boy without a soul.
I mean, yeah, so absolutely, he's right, and Facebook is in no legal trouble
Yeah.
on anything
Okay, so
they've done.
from a completely emotional level, what would you protest? Would you go say fuck you?
I mean,
on
if this
Facebook?
is how
what
they
would you
use-
do? What would you do?
I'd say delete Facebook.
Okay.
If,
What about from a business standpoint? You can't.
Yeah, because I can't, because that's the only way I can communicate with our whole group chat. Right?
Well, and it's a huge marketing tool.
Yeah.
I mean, just to be able to access the marketing, even if you didn't have your own profile, just to be able to be on there, it'd be terrible.
I mean, so I think the only
So iDoctor audience, really quick. Chase downloaded his Facebook history. He's going to post all of it to the chat.
Oh God, no.
yeah, you don't want to see that. He's got Stormy Daniels in there.
I would love to see that.
He's got all of Hillary's hidden emails in there.
He has them.
He's put in his Facebook history the whole time.
It was hidden there. I knew it. Knew it. Oh Jesus, I knew it. No, okay. So what would you do? You would delete Facebook, and that's how you tell Mark Zuckerberg to f off.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people should. I mean, they've already got what was it? It was a huge number, like up to $100 billion in loss.
Well, it's
What about-
huge. And even Elon Musk deleted
This is a
SpaceX
stupid
and
story.
Tesla's Facebook pages.
I deliberately didn't want to do this. This is stupid.
I don't care.
Why?
We're going to do it because.
Hey,
so,
tell me the story here. I would love to hear the
so
story.
here's the story. Elon Musk goes
Our
on.
correspondent live in Vietnam.
Elon
here.
Musk goes on goes on Twitter and starts like saying, "Hey, delete Facebook," and then someone else comes out and is like, oh yeah, put your money where your mouth is. Delete SpaceX and Tesla's Facebook page. And Elon comes out and goes, okay. And then 10 minutes later, it was gone.
Yeah, Elon Musk does not use it for marketing like most people. Elon Musk does it as a courtesy to show people what we're doing. Elon Musk does not need marketing at all. Any company who iDoctor
how many Tesla and SpaceX like social media managers were out of a job after that though?
Oh, can you imagine being that guy? How
like,
much do you think he was? How much do you think he was making? How much do you think he was making? The Facebook manager of Tesla.
At least $100,000 a year.
Oh my God, that guy was probably sitting on the couch going like,
I guess I gotta get my Google Plus profile back up.
There we go.
it was like hitting refresh in the page. Your content has been deleted because you know Elon paid somebody to scrub that shit. It's gone. It's gone.
Yep.
Elon thought, before
he is the South Park Bank. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. And it's gone. So somebody was like sitting there, refresh. Hey, I think this, called. Hey, Asher, I think the server's down.
Yeah,
I think the server's down.
It's not available right now.
It's not available.
This link is expired. What's
I'm
going on?
What did Elon just tweet out? Something about deleting his Facebook? What does that mean? It means you're out of a job. Oh.
I don't know. I think a large social response can shape the way a country or a company does business.
Should it?
I think so. I mean,
a company should only do. Oh, the bottle opener's right here.
Hi, Chase.
A company should only do what society deems is ethical.
Well, let me ask you this:
If there's enough of a public outcry against something, absolutely.
Is it okay?
Sissies yelling at the top of their lungs. Stop it!
But no, but here's a real argument. Is it okay that 98% of all digital ad buys go to both Google and Facebook? Is that okay with you? As a free market liberal, like you're just like, it's okay.
You're asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yes.
You're totally fine with that.
Yes. It'll burn out in a generation. It is cyclical, and you have to think big. Yes. Every 10 years.
Who's gonna topple Google?
I don't know how it's going to happen, but who would have thought in the 1880s, who would have toppled J.P. Morgan and all those oil barons?
Sure. Merger. Facebook and Google merger.
Right. The first. What was the first?
I hate that you're right.
About?
That's
The
antitrust.
The first oil barons and stuff, robber barons. That's what happened 100 years, 140 years ago in the U.S. Enough people were pissed off enough about it that Teddy Roosevelt.
You can't compare what happened in the 1880s to what's happening now.
No, you can. Yeah, you can.
It's a conglomeration.
Totally different.
Yes, it's an absorption of all the resources of wealth. Yes, it was. They owned all the resources of wealth, and they broke them up.
Yeah, I'm not even going to argue.
What about AT&T, Ma Bell? That happened in the 80s. You know why collect calls were different than local calls and all the pricing was different? Was because AT&T phone calls were deemed a public utility that everybody could have the same access to everything. So the company thought, how do we make money after everything is deemed public utility? Oh, calling locally is going to cost less than calling somebody over there. Not that it costs the company any more money. It's just a way to generate revenue. Somebody will find a way to topple Google. Somebody will make peer-to-peer so fast that you won't need Google.
Okay,
You'll be able to ask everybody peer-to-peer questions.
Let me take the argument of the business part of it off the table, okay? And the monopoly and all that.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
Because Facebook's product isn't us giving us services. Facebook's product is serving our data to people, to companies and ad companies and marketing and businesses like yours and mine too. Like we buy ads on Facebook.
Right.
I've bought ads on Facebook for my podcast.
Right. So I mean, we are the product, the people who buy the ads. That's who their customers are, and then us as the users, our data is the product. This is a new market, though. So is there something to be said about reminding ourselves and learning as the people who are selling our data for free for the services to Facebook to remind ourselves that we are the product. Like, is there?
I think this should open the public's eyes to what they allow the app to do. Maybe turn off if you don't want it to listen, turn off your microphone permissions. If you don't want it to know where you are all the time, turn that off.
Maybe not make it so confusing. Maybe make it down to like a checklist of 10 items that says, this is how Facebook makes money. We sell your data to this company, and we sell your biographical information and your email address. And then you go, okay, I figured they were doing that anyways. I accept that. Not this.
It's better than know it.
Not this service agreement that nobody understands. It says I mean, the service agreement right now says if I send a photo to you, Facebook owns it.
And it's this big wall of legal text, and no one's gonna read that. And the other thing too is if you think Facebook's the only one doing this, then you're blind.
Oh no, everyone's
Twitter
doing it.
is a free social media. How do you think they're getting money? How do you think Snapchat's getting money?
Why do you think Google gives you Android for free?
AOL chat rooms.
Yeah.
AOL chat. Yeah.
How do you think they're getting ad revenue? Huh?
Thanks, AOL.
Selling
me out.
How do you think
all these
Ask
years.
Jeeves is making money?
They took my favorite chat rooms away, the Craigslist one.
Right?
I don't even know what
Back to back.
I don't even know what the biggest outcry is about what the Cambridge Analytica thing is if it's why Facebook was selling or what Facebook taking our information, or what that information was specifically used to do by Cambridge Analytica. I'm not even,
I think it's a scary social commentary. Like it's one of those things you're like, some computer algorithm basically was able to somebody basically was able to go to a computer and say, with enough information, can you give me a 97% chance this person would win? And they go, bloop, 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 bloop. Yep, if we do this, okay, we buy enough ads and do that. Yeah. Like, that's a scary social commentary, but am I surprised that Facebook sold my data to advertising?
Well, yeah, no.
That's advertising. That's what I thought they were doing. That's what I mean, I wasn't surprised.
I mean, and that's the scariest part.
I understand your point. Like, holy crap, Donald Trump got elected president because of this. A celebrity who had no experience, like, holy crap, he became president because of this. What I'm saying is that's not the point. The point is a computer being able to predict an algorithm. That's more scary. And the fact that I already knew they were doing it. Yeah. Right?
I mean, but
you knew they were doing it.
I knew they were doing it, but I don't think the average
talked about the ideas
person
of this for years too. But
who didn't know that Facebook was selling their data?
Right. Yeah.
Well, everyone knew that. Everyone knew they were getting served ads. Everyone knew they were getting served ads.
And you got served.
We all knew that, but like I think that's just it. Like the scary part is that being targeted in such a way, in such a misinformation campaign. That's a little scary. Now, do I believe in the Russia thing? No, I don't. I'm gonna just say that right off the top. But the idea of it is enough Skynet scariness that makes me like wanna completely change what machine I watch Pornhub on completely.
Stop right there. Here's what I'm going to go into. They've been using analytics, and they've been using these same algorithms in sports for years now, starting with Moneyball.
Right.
All they're doing.
We know.
Yeah, no, they're using analytics.
What he's saying is, I think what we're saying is, it's not surprising, but it is scary that we're getting computers that can do it easier now.
Yeah, well,
with Moneyball, the guy figured it out. Now, a company is alleging is saying what the liberal media is suggesting. And what this inference is that somebody with enough money, went to some people and raised it and said, hey, computer, figure out a way we can change the votes of enough people by giving them enough misinformation. Right. If I post, and the computer said, yep, it'll cost a couple $1 million in ads, we post enough misinformation, and we know enough people click on these links.
No, it's not. It's not because of this. It's not advertising because of this.
Right.
The amount of data that Facebook has collected on us, nobody realizes, and that's what the big blow up is that people for the first time are realizing how deeply Facebook has aggregated so much about us. It's not just about
you're in your toes.
It's not just about like
when you step on poop.
But it goes so much more. It goes so much more. If you've never touched Facebook
poop
in your life, you've never opened it, you've never looked at it, you've never gone anywhere near it, guess what? Facebook has data on you. because it's so widespread and so ingrained into everything now. 90% of the sites you've gone through. Well, yeah, but that's the realization. That's the public finally catching up to the rest of us. Going.
I don't think it's fair to call it stupid either. Call people stupid either, because it's just something that it's just something people don't pay attention to. They want something that's in their life that's convenient, and they don't have to think about it. That's how Facebook has approached it.
I think they're just
this
satiated
opened a floodgate
to it.
to something
they're
that
just
has existed.
used to it. People, it's like what happens in history all the time, where like they go through so many generations where nobody's had a war, so they forget what tyranny looks like.
Right.
It's one of those things where we've never seen anything bad with Facebook, so why the hell do I care? I mean, we've seen this. This is kind of bad, but it's not like, I don't know. It's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? I mean,
Chase is losing his mind today.
Yeah, he's
Producers is kind of
upset over there.
So my only point of this is, all they're doing is fine-tuning what they've always been doing.
it's advertising.
Yeah, it's really advertising. They're looking for the market trends.
So the only thing you haven't commented on is, do you think it's scary that somebody like Warren Buffett or Bill Gates can, at the end of his life,
use
say,
advertising to influence an election?
Say, I want $80 billion in advertising, computer. Make Oprah win the election.
No, make
Boom.
guns go away.
Make guns go away. And the computer's like, yep, I figured out how to confuse enough people over a slow amount of time, over a 6-month period of time, where I can peak the frenzy and riotness of people, and all of a sudden they vote.
Somewhere around 250 years where you confuse people with what you're actually doing.
250 years? No, the singularity is coming way closer than you think.
I'm just talking about our government and how they.
Guess what, guys?
We should move on.
It's not over because Firefox and Mozilla are on our side.
Yeah.
Thanks, Firefox.
Firefox announced an extension today that keeps Facebook from tracking you on the web.
How do we use Firefox on the show, Asher?
We use Firefox.
Can you explain the advantage of Firefox on the show?
For us on the show?
Yes.
So we just
A
figured
real
this
world
out.
application.
So we stack all of our stories in a Firefox browser.
So we
all
can
the
see 'em.
tabs open there. We go in and put them in order. This one. Well, we finally figured out that if we just all signed into the same Firefox sync account, we can just get all of the tabs between all of our devices really easily. So thank you,
Right.
Firefox, for making that very easy for us.
Thanks,
You can
Firefox.
do that on Chrome as well, but just
Yeah, but Firefox is
Just-
better
just throw that out
because of a tool they announced today called Facebook
I
Container.
use Ubuntu.
Facebook Container is an add-on extension to Firefox that will take all of the Firefox cookies and any activity you do within Facebook
Cookies.
and contain it within one
Cookie
tab,
monster.
so that any other tabs you go to are no longer being tracked by Facebook.
so Facebook doesn't know what kind of porn you're into, for example.
Exactly.
Well, they already do, though.
They do. Completely.
Great. So why stop?
This is very important. We're still running live on Facebook, even though we've spent the last half hour just kicking the ball.
To be honest, I spent the last 6 months kicking Facebook in the
yeah.
balls on this show. So
I don't think we've said a lot of positive things about it, to be perfectly honest.
It's probably our least beneficial platform that we're actually on right now. Now that
Right.
we're on YouTube and iTunes and Stitcher, you know.
Yeah, thanks for
Facebook's-
following us out there. And
Yeah.
there was an issue. Somebody was trying to leave us a review but couldn't. So if you have any questions or anything like that, yeah, please let us know, because it's good feedback so we can learn to fix things. So thank you. Somebody tried to leave us an iTunes review and it wouldn't work.
yeah. We got a shout out from Billings, by the way, and Connie. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. Also,
Hey, Connie.
Hi, Connie.
Welcome to the show.
Nathan Runkle.
Runkle.
Ronco. It's like Uncle with an R.
He is like an uncle. The creepy uncle.
We don't have this lined up in the stories, but I just want to talk about something that's a positive note.
Yeah,
Get it
bring
off
on.
your chest.
Good evening.
Bring it on.
Dr. Phil?
Well, and it's still kind of controversial, but a new game came out last night, and I just want to talk about it because it's so amazing. Far Cry 5 has finally come out.
Is it out?
Yep.
Based in
And
Montana?
now that I've played it, now I've seen the locations, it's totally Absorky.
Is it?
It's
Yeah?
it's 100% that whole county, and it's
Okay,
amazing.
I'm in, man.
It is.
We should make Far Cry 5 our first iDoctor gaming night.
Yes.
It,
If you go ahead, Chase. He's raising his hand. Oh, all right.
it's just. Yeah, it blows me away. Like within the first.
Okay, what's the county in it? It's called
Hope County.
Hope County.
It's a fictional county in a fictional scenario. Like they purposely say that this is not based on anything real and blah 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 because it is. It's totally a social commentary on the current state of the country.
It's
but
the artistic view.
yeah.
Artistic license.
Basically, this extremist religious cult has locked off this entire county of Montana that nobody can get in, nobody can get out. You're playing the sheriff's deputy who's flown in by helicopter to issue a warrant, and that's the opening scene of the game, and it just goes to hell immediately, and it's insane. It's awesome. If you, yeah, the pumpkin patch, yep.
So GameSpot gives it 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I would honestly, yeah.
Game Informer 7.5 out of 10. US Gamer 5.5 out of 10.
Okay. I've only put about
That millennial just put you in your place, Asher. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
With that?
it's like,
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Game Informer, old man. Sit down, clown. Old man.
GameSpot. He's using GameSpot
I
as a source.
played it like all night.
I bought a Nintendo Switch and it came with a free subscription to Game Informer. So if you want to see it in the mail in the next 4 to 10 weeks, it should come.
I'm 8 hours into it. It's probably the best new game I've played in a long time.
Oh,
Really?
dude, I'm excited.
I think maybe the
Over
Montana
Fortnite?
Over Fortnite. I think
Over Fortnite Mobile?
it amazes me. Like you wouldn't, like maybe
we got
outsiders
some,
wouldn't think
some
of it.
nice background going on at the game action, by the way.
Outsiders might not think about it, but they outsiders might not notice it. But
Best way to play Far Cry. Okay, this one's to you. Best way to play Far Cry 5. Go ahead.
Xbox One, PS4,
Really?
Wait,
or
PC?
any of them. It's actually honest. I'm a PC gamer, but Ubisoft.
I'm surprised by that. So
Ubisoft does not optimize for PC well.
That's
So
good information.
So if you have a console and a PC, I'd say go with the console.
Kyle Strickland, there you go. There's your answer.
Go with the
Xbox.
console if you got
Go
both?
with the console.
Yeah, he
If-
played. Yeah, interesting.
Because
He's got it hooked
Ubisoft
up to a
makes their
projector, it's
games
pretty
for the
sick.
mass market, so they're going to make it work the best on the most available platform.
Ooh, I got an idea. Why don't we go to Absorki for
And just start
iDoctor's
shooting
first
people?
game night?
And
Yeah.
start shooting people.
It's
and
just
say,
like
us with
with
an
a
iPhone
camera,
10.
shooting him with a camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Start. Yeah.
We'll use a fuck it, and everyone will have
Oh, there you go. There we go.
And we could say we fucked it in Absorki.
I think we need to actually have one of these devices on because some people may not have
Available
watched
at
last week's
iDoctor.
show.
Yeah.
All locations.
Yeah. I just want to say, like, maybe people who aren't from Montana might not
So
get
you've
it, but-
actually played the game.
Yeah, and it amazes me how it captures Montanans. Like I've never.
Is it
It
like-
captured
Put it
Montanans?
this
Yeah.
way: have you ever walked into a? Is it like when you
Like not
walk
the
into
religious
a?
cult, not the bad guys,
Know
but
what I
just
mean?
the people you
when
talk
you
to.
walk
It's like,
into a
holy
bar
hell.
of, like a small town bar of a place you're not from,
Yeah.
like that kind of feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And even just seeing Montana license plates on all the vehicles and stuff, it's just like this is awesome. I love this game just because of the Montana aspect
They
of
got
it.
the Montana license
Yeah,
plates, like the
yeah.
blue ones.
Yep,
That's
and the
awesome.
old school ones too. Like different, there'll be different
They
ones.
have the
yeah.
old school ones too?
See, I think this thing's excellent.
Yeah, that thing's cool. I like
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, if you're into video games at all, you have a modern console or a PC, check out Far Cry.
We
5.
talked about
Totally
that
worth
on iDoctor here, and I'm excited to play it, actually.
Oh, speaking of weekly game reports, isn't there a podcast I could listen to if I like Blizzard game or
it. Yeah,
things from Blizzard and other such things to that effect?
yeah. You can check out the podcast Geeks of Azeroth every Sunday morning.
What was that?
Geeks of Azeroth.
Okay, where's that available at?
Available on Twitch TV live every Sunday at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Consistently.
Very
Very consistently.
consistently. And we're on iTunes, Stitcher, and just now on Spotify as well.
Woo woo.
Also consistently?
Also consistently.
More consistently than iDoctor After Hours?
Yes.
Yes.
Why is that? I would like to know. I would like to put you on the spot since we're live. Why would you prioritize Geeks of Azeroth over iDoctor After Hours?
Because I've been running it for 4 years.
So it's a seniority thing.
And I have a huge.
Union-
We have an
There you go.
audience. A pretty decent audience.
Yeah, and I'd like you to transition that audience. Sleepy Gary can come.
Can he? Oh, were you watching? You were watching the show.
You
Oh,
watched.
yeah. Were you the one who commented race war?
Yep.
That was you. Okay, I figured it was you because no one else would comment.
Yeah, I was listening and I was like busy doing other things, but I was trying to comment and I was like, you were talking about the new race coming and I was like, oh, race war, and I was like, and nobody got it. They just went over it. And I was like, oh, I was like, I know he read that.
I did read it. But
So,
yeah,
hey, so I know we've had a lot of bad, kind of negative stuff in the show, so I just want to add one.
Ragging on tech.
I just
That
wanna-
is a crappy thing.
I just want to add
Technology is
one
awesome.
more.
one more negative story.
Netflix got
Negative.
banned from the Cannes Film Festival.
This is more like an artistic thing.
No, but we got to switch it a little.
gotta talk
bit.
about
I
it,
mean,
yeah.
Netflix is tech, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Changing the movie industry, changing the way we view movies. So they put out films that they
just swapping
produced.
between beers?
They paid for
too
films
bitter.
to be produced, like Bright and other ones.
$100
And-
million movies. Movies. They don't do porn yet.
You know what they should? At least softcore.
I
think
they
so.
should, right? Like,
Well, they can buy
be-
enough foreign films.
Be a Skinamax, please.
Well, I think they're gonna try to eventually get to it.
Netflix After Hours.
Trademark. We bought the URL. Trademark.
Trademark.
So okay, they're not allowed there.
Check the comments. Check
Why
Facebook
do you think
comments.
they're not? Oh, turn the thing on.
Dustin's asking, oh, snap, I thought it was PS only. Can we touch on the greatest card ever in 2 weeks? Or is it the wrong platform? Runkle's a huge UFC fan. Like, if we ever wanted to start a UFC podcast, he would be the guy to go to on
Hey,
it.
Runkle, would you consistently put out a Twitch stream of UFC talk? Because we could talk about sponsorships.
We could do the iDoctor After Hours podcast network.
It could be the Runkle MMA Twitch stream. For all I care, as long as he's consistent.
From one of the cages here in town.
Well,
Have
Like
him
a-
come beat the fuck out of me.
like a bear
yeah.
cage. We'll put him in a bear cage. Nah, Runkle fits in a bear cage.
Not with that mustache, he doesn't.
He must ask you a question.
Moving on.
So basically, Netflix, real quick, is banned because they do not release films in theaters.
Okay, that's the answer, or is that the official?
That's the
reason?
official
That is.
statement. Yeah.
And it makes me sad. I mean, I was watching an interview with.
In French theaters.
Well, I was watching
No,
Are
just
you
theaters in
for
general.
real? It's French theaters
yeah.
because that's a French film festival, isn't
Right.
it?
It's in French theaters.
Yeah,
But
it's Cannes,
American
France.
American directors support this as well because Steven Spielberg recently did an interview for plugging Ready Player One, and he's talking about Netflix shouldn't earn Oscars or Netflix shouldn't.
Well, he
Netflix
said
movies shouldn't do this
to be
and that.
fair, he said they should win Emmys because it's TV.
Those are all just a bunch of liberals giving each other gold medals for who knows what. Like those awards don't even matter.
Right, but we're arguing about what the definition of a
but
movie
yeah,
is, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like that's what the argument is.
Seriously, like why
mean,
why wouldn't you?
basically,
They're,
like-
they're
that's
an
what- that's
artistic
what this
piece
thing
of cinema work.
The title of this article is suggesting that Netflix doesn't put out movies at the same
These
quality
articles-
as in theaters. What I'm saying is, if you're arguing what Steven Spielberg
not.
is saying, what Steven Spielberg was saying is that they're basically TV because they're only on TV. They're not in theaters, so they can win an Emmy. I don't see what the problem with that is. They're not a movie. If it's not in a
maybe
theater,
what Spielberg was saying, but what they're saying, like keeping them out of film festivals and stuff, they're films either way. They're full.
can you submit? Well, I guess my question is, can you submit a Lifetime movie? Can you submit like a YouTube movie to
No.
a film festival?
No, it has to meet certain minimum credits of minimum levels of theater
Criteria.
runtime in France.
Right,
There's a line item criteria to enter the festival, and some of these
It has to be
don't-
run in at least 5 theaters.
But
for
I
a
think this
week.
rule needs to change because I feel like that rule is in place to lobby for movie theater owners. Because
but you're-
movie theaters are the way of the past.
You're telling a private company what awards they can give out. Like that would be like saying if we were giving an iDoctor After Hours award out for best fan and we gave it to somebody who had never heard of iDoctor and like our stalker murdered us or something afterwards. because we didn't give him the award.
I need to play connect the dots here because that
You see
didn't
what I'm
make-
saying?
no, I don't see what you're saying.
Like it's
yeah,
So Spielberg says, once you commit to a television format, you're a TV movie.
but Netflix
You
isn't a
certainly,
television
if it's a good show, deserve
is it
an
not?
Emmy, but not an Oscar. I don't believe films that are just given token qualifications in a couple of theaters for less than a week should qualify for the Academy Award
It's
nomination.
just such an old way of thinking.
It's a terrible old way of thinking because that's the whole point of Netflix.
I hope that.
Well, then you're going to have to take the Oscars and then you're going to have to merge them.
Yeah, then they're two different things.
Presented as two
You're right.
completely separate awards: TV
Right.
and movie theater.
What I mean, how
But do you see
Chase has a good
Netflix
point.
as a
Our-
TV?
Chase has a good
Why?
point because
Why is Netflix TV?
One is a giant projector, and
It's
one
not-
is
it's not
any
either of them.
viewable screen.
it's not. Yeah, that's exactly it. Netflix isn't TV. Netflix is anything that you want to watch.
It's
it on.
not. You cannot go to a movie theater and watch.
You have the
Ted from
possibility
Netflix.
to do that.
You know what? I think you guys may have swayed me. Does HBO movies deserve to be considered for Oscars?
Yeah, can Game of Thrones be not an Oscar? Can you put Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I mean they have the Emmys. But
I think the whole format needs to be reworked because HBO, Netflix, Hulu, that's the future. I hope movie theaters go down because I hate going to movie theaters.
oh, but by the way,
Shut your mouth!
by the way, Runkel came up with a pretty good title for a UFC iDoctor. It's called iDoctor Black Eye Hour.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I
That's
like
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah,
That's
I dig
pretty
it.
good.
I don't know.
So you want to get rid of movie theaters?
Absolutely.
This is weird.
I hate movie theaters as much as I hate airplanes for the same reason. You get stuck sitting next to a fat person and there's a baby crying somewhere.
Oh, I love the movie.
It's awful.
I love the movie theater experience. I love how loud it gets. I love everything about it.
Yeah, but you
this
can
is
make
a
your own home theater and it's just as good without any of the bad things.
But this is a private company giving out awards and having certain criteria. It's not like they changed this criteria. The criteria has probably always said you had to be in a minimum of 3 theaters or 5 theaters.
Yeah, but what does it matter though? What does it matter?
It's like saying you are in an ice skating competition, but you choose to wear shoes because they give you better traction. You're still ice skating, I guess, but you're wearing shoes.
But if he does a triple axel in shoes, is that not more impressive?
Tanya Harding still did
is
the
that
triple
not
axel.
more impressive?
She did do the triple axel. Thank you, Tanya.
That, you never mind. Yeah, Kyle wins. That was the best analogy. I can't argue that one.
I gotta get a new background.
It's just weird to me. The best dog, the Westminster Kennel Dog Show is a cat now. Because my cat is a lot
What's the
prettier.
difference? What's the difference? Right,
It's a
with you.
pet.
Yeah, you win.
So
Yeah, you won.
Why can't a 2-hour movie, like a traditional movie,
Yeah.
that, as we
Wait,
all define as a movie, but it was released on Netflix instead of in theaters? Why
Then-
can't that be?
What then? No. What you do to solve this problem? What you do to solve this problem is you create something like the best movie in any format awards, and you get everybody to only watch that award.
The Super Oscar.
Yeah, like the Super Oscars, and it's like, yeah, what was the best full-length feature ever? And it could be any YouTube thing or anything, and everybody in America votes on the best one, and it's
Yeah.
real data,
Yeah.
and that's how you do it. Everybody on a poll on Twitter
Bring
does it.
YouTubers into the whole mix too.
All-inclusive, literally best song in the country that was played the most. Use the Facebook data that you already know and just tell us what this answer is.
Yeah.
Facebook already knows what the best movie in the country is.
Yeah.
Who is this academy anyway that
Yeah.
decides all this stuff?
Right, exactly. It's just a group of people that do it.
Yes, I liked this movie
Right.
better because it had perfect transitions.
Highly suggest the
didn't
Looney,
fade to black
the Looney
every time.
Tunes
I can't
Academy
read your lips.
Awards movie.
Pedophiles.
The Looney Tunes Academy Awards movie with Bugs Bunny.
That's a good
You
one.
got
Yeah,
me.
it was a good one.
Entrapment.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
I just hope the Oscars next year just have a Harvey Weinstein Award where they give it out to the biggest
I mean,
pedophile.
if
in
Netflix puts out
Hollywood.
movies in theaters at the same time they release it on Netflix, it's kind of the best of both worlds. He who likes the theater goes to the theater. He who likes to stay at home and munch on Cheetos.
One of the articles that got
What are
turned
you
down
implying?
for the show,
I don't even like Cheetos.
Asher, one
All
of
I'm
the,
saying is that you can never get Cheetos in a movie theater ever.
I can
one of
sneak
the
them in.
one of the articles that got turned down for the show was that Movie Pass is now $6.95
Yes.
a month and works for the Shiloh 14 movie theater.
Yes, it does.
So read the comment. This ties directly in the comment to
Okay, I didn't read the comment. So
Okay, it just came in. I didn't have to take out a mortgage to go to a theater. I'd be there more often. And look at the production value of HBO with Game of Thrones, Westworld, etc. Some can argue that they are better written and directed than,
That
say,
is
right.
Pacific
Yeah,
Rim 2.
Whoever
agree.
commented that,
Nobody
that's
looks
totally,
for a plot when we
that's
watch
totally
movies like these.
I completely agree. I also agree that the Cannes Music Festival can say, hey, we're a French award, and you have to be in a French theater to win a French award. I just, you know
Well,
what
why
I'm saying?
doesn't Netflix just put out their own
Netflix has the
awards,
money.
like their own movie?
Netflix
should
has
at this
money to put these movies in a theater.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why don't they just do it?
Their money that way. They're scared of Disney right now and what they're.
But by the way, one of my favorite things ever is
This Movie Pass thing has got me thinking. It's $6.95.
Explain to me what Movie Pass is. I have no
Okay.
idea.
It is a subscription service you sign up to. It is $6.95 a month.
First line, MoviePass app lets you see a film a day for only $10 a month.
it used to be. It was $10, but it's on special.
It's on special right now for $6.95.
$6.95.
It allows you to see unlimited 2D films, not 3D, not IMAX, just the regular 2D films. I think it's one a day. Yeah, one a day, but all month long for $6.95. My daughter and I can go to a movie every week for $14 a month.
That's a good deal.
MoviePass.com now only $6.95 a month.
Crazy.
That's pretty decent.
So pros and cons. I can't read that story because it's paywalled. Yeah, I can't.
I would
get
say a
anywhere
con
in
of
it.
that is the only time I go to the movie theater as is to see like Star Wars or something, and I want to see it in the IMAX, and so it wouldn't even qualify.
Bro, to
Yeah,
pay for
I don't-
yourself, you only have to go to one show a month.
That's true.
All I'm saying is
But what are you
there's
trading
enough
up?
Marvel
Okay,
movies
but
out.
To be
that I
honest, what
usually go to.
what we have to remember, and I think it behooves us to be responsible curators of things to an audience. What's your trade-off?
They
What's your
want us
trade-off?
to
What
know
makes
the
it
real
worth?
How things work.
What makes it worth $6.95 a month? Why only $6.95 a month?
I'm not an avid.
What are they
movie watcher. I
doing
don't
with
even
that?
know.
They're not making money on $6.95 a month.
Well, yeah, they're selling your user data.
Their user data.
How they make money?
Do I have to sign a EULO or a EULA?
How they
Agree to
make
the
their
terms
money
and
is
conditions.
they use the data. They know what movies you're going to, and they use that for advertising purposes. They can say, "Oh, Asher is," I think Asher's in his early to late 40s.
Yep.
50s.
50s actually. Yeah.
He's
It's the hairline.
he's a cutter. He's a scooper.
He does cocaine.
Cocaine user.
I saw my lips to the asshole in front of me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
agrees to anything. No,
Case-
he's all this
case-
user data, all
don't-
this biographical data
Don't
about him.
pursue
ahead.
your mime
Go ahead.
career.
Here's this advertising company, and the advertising company says, okay,
Yep.
I will pay this much money for his biographical data. And I think his biographical data will tell me he goes to action movies. So Asher, guess what? Here's a bunch of action movie ads on your phone. Whatever.
But I don't understand how that's valuable. Like, what's valuable about that? I don't spend money going to movies because I pay $6.95 to see as many movies as I want a month.
If Asher, if I gave this to you as a company benefit, fringe benefit,
Yeah.
would you think we'd be pretty excited about that?
Oh
for
yeah,
free
I'm
movies?
totally in. In fact, I'm actually like running through my head like, should I just get this for all my employees as like a benefit
Can
They can go to movies forever.
forever?
Can
Yeah.
someone do a service where I pay $6.95 a month and play a new game every week? Because that would interest me.
What was that called? Like GameFly or something? It was like the Netflix of games back in the day. Man, I keep dating myself. Like 2004, this was the thing, man.
There's
I had
Uber Crate.
GameFly at one point.
I have Uber Crate.
Video action.
What was that? That name sounds familiar.
That was a movie and game rental place where you rented,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
rented your VHS tapes and you rent your Nintendo games.
Be kind, rewind.
Be kind, rewind.
Movie
Video
gallery.
library.
They're gonna charge you for
Video
it.
library,
They're-
right,
if you don't take that extra few minutes to be courteous and rewind it, they're gonna charge your ass.
Well, boys, I think we're.
It did. Which one of your friends had the automatic
All
rewinder, the faster rewinder?
Yeah.
Remember those guys?
I got
Remember
to
those friends?
I
Oh,
got
we
to.
got a fast rewinder.
Yeah.
I
Right.
gotta stop everybody right here. I
The
think we're
little side
rambling
one.
at this point. Do
We
we
are.
have anything else to conclude?
I got
the
nothing
show
else,
with?
boys.
I think we've had a good show of iDoctor After Hours.
Yeah.
I'd like to remind all of our local Billings, Montana folks that every single Friday we do a deal called iDoctor Free Fridays, where you can get up to 50% off on your iPhone screen
crazy.
repair
That's crazy.
and iPad screen repair.
I just
and
wish
you get
people-
a free tempered glass.
I wish people outside of Billings had a chance to do that.
Well,
They will soon.
they will soon.
Coming soon.
Thank you, everybody, for checking out iDoctor After Hours. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Are we still live?
Oh, I don't know.
Make
He doesn't
it
know
go
how
away.
to use hotkeys.
Okay, we're good.
Cold keys. Hey, excellent show.
Fun.
Excellent.
Ash
That was a good one.
there you go.
Excellent. I think
Live.
I think the back and forth was excellent, man. Look at that girl.
We got really kind of heated there about the Facebook Analytica and all that, or Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't. I mean, what are you saying? Like, you're outraged that they were doing it?